Marissa, and today's video is going to be some back to school life hacks, and it's also going to be including some tips for you guys for how to organize your perfect study space. So back to school is coming up and we all want to have, a productive and successful school year. And I'm so excited that this video is sponsored by Office Depot Office Max to share with you guys some of my back to school life hacks. And also kind of run you guys through some of my tips for how to really organize your perfect study space, make it your own. So my first hack is to have extra supplies on hand. And on the first day of school, even the first week of school, there's so many students that are sitting around asking if you have a pen or paper or pencil, that want to borrow supplies. So I always like to kind of buy extra. So sometimes people borrow pens and don't give them back, and pens can run out of ink, and some days there's a quiz or an assignment or something that's due and somebody's stressed and they forget a Scantron or something. So it's just great to have so many extras on hand, because especially one day, that person who needs an extra might be you. So it's always good to just have a bunch of extras and really just help out your fellow classmates, be a pal, because one day you might need those extra pens or extra pieces of paper and they're gonna come in handy. So for example, if you're taking 4 classes and you buy 4 notebooks and one gets filled up halfway through the semester, nobody wants to have to go out and run to the store in the middle of the school year just to buy another notebook. So I always love to buy a couple extras just to have on hand. And also if I don't use them, I can always just use them the next school year. And I love these notebooks from Office Depot. Also, if you're handing out pens and things to other students, you want to make sure that you have some hand sanitizer on hand, just because, germs get around, you don't want to get sick. So one thing that I love about Office Depot is that it really is kind of a one-stop shop for all of my back to school supplies that I need. So one thing that I love about back to school shopping at Office Depot is that, there's not just value in the time you save because you don't have to go to a bunch of different stores, but they also have, everyday low prices. And you guys can shop the everyday low prices on select back to school supplies, and they're offering up to 80% off all summer long, which is a really great deal. So I can just order everything online super easily and find it all in one place. And you can also buy your back to school supplies online and pick them up in store, which is just super convenient. And you guys can shop these back to school essentials and more online at officedepot.com, or you can shop them in store. And if you use my code, you get $5 off your qualifying order of $25 on your next in-store or online purchase. And Office Depot actually has things that are more than just supplies. They have furniture and printers, which actually brings me to my next hack. So my next hack is to keep your desk simple. And for me, I used to actually have my desk decorated with pictures of me and pictures of friends and magazines and this and that and all sorts of different things. And I would find that every time I would sit down to kind of get an assignment done, I would get distracted so easily, and I would just kind of look for any excuse to procrastinate. I'd have makeup sitting on my desk and all of these things to just distract me from my schoolwork. So it really is so important to kind of keep a clean, distraction-free space, especially if it's for a hard class like statistics. When I took that and I was just looking for any excuse to just put off doing my work, put off studying. So nowadays I keep my desk pretty minimal and just stocked with really only the essentials that I'm gonna need for school. So instead of decorating my desk with photos of friends, I'll decorate it with, highlighters and markers and tissues and sticky notes and calculators and all the stuff that I really need. So these are all pieces that I picked out from Office Depot, including the desk. I love that it's just really clean and simple and minimal, and it also has these 3 drawers on the top where I can keep my papers in them and just, stay super organized. So my next hack is to print out a calendar. And I know that, nowadays everybody likes to keep things like digitally on their phones or their computers, but I love just printing out one clean calendar sheet and just having all of my assignments written on them, just so that I can kind of quickly glance down and see what's due. And it's so handy having a printer like right here on my desk so that I can just easily print anything I need to. So my next hack is to get a good quality printer, because I'm telling you, you guys, this is gonna make your life so much easier. So I used to have this like really bad, cheapo, junky printer. It was just the worst. It like never worked when I needed it to. And it was constantly like stressing me out because I'd be running out the door, like needing to print an assignment, and then the printer would just never worked. And like the paper would always get jammed. I would constantly be like in a struggle with the printer, having to like rip it out. And it would just like leave bits of paper stuck inside. Sometimes it would print things crooked. I'd have to like waste so much ink reprinting. And I just had so many problems with it. And it was just really frustrating, giving me like the same problems over and over again. So I feel like just investing in a really like nice, good quality printer like this HP OfficeJet is just such a great time saver, because you don't have to worry about like taking so much extra time to get all of your assignments printed. You just have a couple extra ink cartridges on hand and you're pretty much good to go. And I feel like it's just one less thing I have to worry about now. Now I can kind of focus my time and attention on actually completing the assignments instead of worrying about whether or not I'm gonna be able to print it before class. So this hack might seem like kind of an obvious one, but it is to sit in the front row of your class. And I love sitting in the front row for my college classes. I think that like, obviously, you can see the board better, you can hear the teacher better, but I think it also just has an impact on the way your teachers view you. I feel like teachers just kind of see you as a little more like studious and responsible and like, I don't know, like willing to just learn when you sit in the front. That's just my perception. And obviously there are classes where there's like 200 kids, they're super huge and it feels very impersonal. So I really like kind of sitting towards the front, if you can't get a spot in the front row, just because I feel like, kind of making eye contact with your teacher just kind of shows that you care, and it kind of gives them a chance to like get to know you a little better. And that way, if you need like extra credit later on, they'll actually know who you are. So sitting in the front is a great way to stand out. And I also actually love to use these color coordinated highlighters, like these ones here from Office Depot, as I'm taking notes. And sometimes I feel like teachers have like a lot of personal discretion when they're grading papers, especially if it's something like essays where it's very much like open to interpretation. So I really like just kind of presenting the best version of myself and showing them that I care and that I'm studious about work. So that was my video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and comment below if you guys have any hacks for back to school or any like special tips that you use to organize your space. And thank you again to Office Depot Office Max for sponsoring this back to school life hacks video. And I will have all of the products that I featured from Office Depot linked down below for you guys. So hopefully this video helped you guys out and took away some of the stress that kind of goes into back to school planning. I know back to school can be a really crazy time of the year. So yeah, I hope you guys liked this video, and I love you guys. Mwah! Big kiss and bye guys.